David Johnson. You think Mike Evans gonna play?
I think we're live. We've been live for 20 seconds. It's all good.
It's a legit question.
Maybe next time we should get. I don't even remember how we did this last year.
Starting off rocky. It's fine.
7 viewers. Oh, here we go. We got it rolling in. It's all good. I mean, we're trying to get it going right after Thursday Night Football. As everyone's joining, just want to say what's up to everyone before we officially begin the podcast. We'll cut this rocky start off for the audio. We got Michael, Wesley, Kale, Cooper, Super Mega Toast, Royal. What's up, man? We going to get the elephant out of the room? Are you talking about Andy Reid? That's not nice. Who you talking? What's the elephant? Because I got a big picture of Andy Reid.
He's trending right now.
Oh, Clyde can't score a touchdown for his. Oh, come on. That's what. That see.
It's too small.
That no. You guys are not. You guys are not seeing the picture. Let me explain. We'll explain the picture, because there's always perspectives to look at it. You know, you can always look at. Don't you know people that look at everything in a negative light?
Yeah,
Mike?
Pessimists, we call them.
Yeah, I mean, we all know those people, and so you got to look at, without being delusional, you got to look at stuff from different perspectives. So, what's going on, everybody? We're tuned into another podcast. This year's been crazy, but we had to bring it back for the post-Thursday Night Football games. We're talking Thursday Night Football. We're going to be answering your fantasy football questions. For those that don't know, my name's Hussein the Brain. I'm here with Mike Mattal. Nice to have you back. Back for a podcast,
I'm back, baby. We ready, man. It's a crazy 2020, but at least this podcast can bring some normalcy to our lives for at least a night.
Wesley says SF Bay Area in the building.
Yee.
Yes, we have Andy Reid, who's coaching quite well with the face shield. I think the Chiefs.
He needs one of those like windshield wipers.
He needs he needs to just get an accessory for that. I was thinking he makes a trade for a mask. He probably like, I hate these masks. So he got the face shield, and now he's like, oh no, I hate the face shield because of the humidity, the precipitation, the smoke.
There's got to be a better way.
And here's a meme I just posted, the Kermit Rain meme. Mahomes trying to talk to Andy Reid.
That was a good one.
So let's start off with how bad the Texans looked. I mean, they obviously have issues. Now that's a negative that we can't avoid. I think that's the big take from this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think they made a huge mistake when they traded DeAndre Hopkins. We all thought, like, what is this trade? Like, this is probably the worst trade we've ever seen. And it is coming to fruition almost. Well, actually, no, I take that back. David Johnson did look good, right? He was part of the trade, right?
Who cares, though? When you talk, you're not talking, you didn't mention anything about fantasy. So you're talking about winning games, right?
No, I'm talking about like why their offense looks so bad, which resulted in
you were talking about the trade specifically. So far, that trade has been poop. But
wait, I just want to get this clear. So they did get David Johnson, right, in the trade. That is part of the trade.
They did get a good running back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, it's. I mean, based on what we saw today, it wasn't that lopsided, but yeah, like losing DeAndre Hopkins has had a big impact on the Texans.
Okay, let me interject here. You're wrong. That passing offense looked horrible. It really looked like they could use a guy like DeAndre Hopkins, because I thought that they were gonna be able to do some different things. It was gonna be more dynamic. They were gonna spread the ball. That trade was just horrible. I was on David Johnson and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I didn't get too much hate, but it's great that I saw people. Some people were hating on me for Clyde Edwards-Helaire because he's a rookie. I was like, look, rookies don't come along like this often. And in the perfect situation, Saquon Barkley, Ezekiel Elliott. I avoided Fournette. You already know that. That was a rookie that was drafted early. I don't get every rookie. Clyde EdwardsOlley, I got him. David Johnson, people just make fun of him because he's been a bust the last few years. But, man, he looked good. He looked really smooth, really fluid. That's a bright spot in that offense. And I think the Texans could bounce back. But, oh, boy, as far as, making the playoffs and looking good.
I mean, they did play the number 1 team in the league. Like, they'll probably do better against lesser teams.
But the offense didn't go against,
The Chiefs' defense is good. They're
Good.
underrated.
They are good. But, I mean, I just, Brandon Cooks was hurt. Obviously, he wasn't 100%. Duke Johnson got injured. What Royal just mentioned him. Yeah, Duke Johnson got injured. He's out with a leg injury. And after that, they don't really have any receivers. They don't have good tight ends. It's really Deshaun Watson that makes those tight ends.
They need to start incorporating tight ends and get an elite tight end or like someone who's more talented. You know what I mean? And start using that to mix it up because I think their offense is it's one-dimensional.
They need mismatches. So, yeah, David Johnson could be a mismatch. But you need – like the Chiefs, I'm looking at it like how do you defend this team? Like it's all mismatches. It's all speed. You got Kelsey, McCole Hardman, Sammy Watkins. Demarcus Robinson almost ruined a lot of lineups. He almost went off. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know what to. I'm just overwhelmed that we finally. I mean, we're just here talking about football.
It's happening. It happened.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm very overwhelmed. I can't believe we're here. I'm at a loss of words. You host this. I don't know what the hell to say, man.
I honestly didn't believe it. I was like, is this really happening? Yeah, it's kind of like surreal. Like I was like, how are they going to have fans? Like, are they even going to have fans? Like no one even talked about fans. Like the whole time leading up to this, there was no like debate or I feel like they just kind of
there was news and there was news of each stadium. Very minor news, maybe about just less than a month ago, like the Packers, the Niners are not having fans.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
So but it was very minor. It's not major, NFL news.
Got it. Yeah. It's amazing that they were able to pull this off. To be honest, I hope it lasts the whole season. I have my doubts, like I'm sure a lot of people do, but if it does, I'll be, amazed. I'll be surprised, to say the least.
Patrick Mahomes looking good. Let's check that off. He's he's definitely worth a 3rd round pick in fantasy. He's gonna be an absolute baller. I could see him throwing 50 touchdowns. Deshaun Watson, what did he? I mean, he saved face, right?
Oh yeah, he had a better game than Patrick Mahomes, like statistically.
He did. So yeah, Patrick Mahomes in Couch Dynasty has 26 points, but we get more for past TDs.
Unless he scored at the end. But yeah, I mean, he had a good game. Like he saved face for sure. So
Deshaun Watson didn't have as good. So he's got 21 points in my guillotine. So about very similar.
Yeah, but it wasn't like he was looking terrible in the first half.
Yeah.
But then I think he got his rhythm back. But I feel like they're not giving him a lot of time to throw. Like, I know they got Tunsil. They traded for Tunsil last year, but it feel like he was running for his life out there a lot of the time, and he was forced to scramble, But that's how it always is every year for the Texans. He's always running around.
Really good scrambler, though.
Yeah.
He makes
plays. It's like, give him some time.
Yeah. It's hard. This is the best O-line he's going to have his whole career, so this is how it's been. They're trying. And then, we went David Johnson, absolute baller. Clyde EdwardsOlley is what I want to talk about. You guys got to look at it from the perspective. So, obviously, Texans defense wasn't great. So, he's going to face tougher defenses. But he didn't get a lot of work in the pass game. We already know for sure that Clyde EdwardsOlley is great in the pass game. Like, that's why he got drafted. He had a lot of catches with Joe Burrow back in college. And wait till he starts getting more involved in the pass game. I don't know any other coach who calls more running back screens and short throws to the running back than Andy Reid did his whole career, from just from last year all the way back to the Eagles. So wait till he starts doing that. The goal line thing, I'd say it's almost nothing. He's not finishing and all, slight concern. But the defense is selling out to stop him there, okay? It's the smart thing to run. As long as your running back's going to hold on to the ball, it's a smart call to run the ball because it's about not lose. You just don't want to lose the game. You're already pretty much winning the game. Just don't lose the ball, kill the clock, and it's over. This is just the first game. We'll see it change. Sure, you'd like for him to punch it in. Now, this is the stat that you just need to see. You just need to know. Who's the goal line back for the Chiefs? It's Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's what we need to know in fantasy. He's the one that's going to get the snaps. He's the one that's going to get the targets within the 5, within the 10, and he's going to get the carries within the 10 and within the 5. That's what you need to know with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He had a great premiere.
The one thing I will say that kind of concerns me about him, and I'm sure a lot of people saw this as well, is like he's really small. Like it helps him, like, when he's not in the goal line because he can go, slip through the cracks and it's hard to find him. But when it's on the goal line, I don't know if he should be the goal line back because, like, at 5'7", he's not the biggest guy.
He's
tiny.
Short. No, he's short.
Yeah.
He's actually weighs a lot. He's actually going to be a better goal line back than Christian McCaffrey.
But Damien Williams, for example, is 5'11", right? So that's a 4-inch difference from the running back last year. So
height, I mean, who
I
weighs
know height
more
doesn't
though?
matter, but in the goal line, I think it pays to be bigger. Like sometimes, you know what I mean? Like
okay,
you can drag people over the end zone. But when you're 5'7", you're not dragging anybody.
Some running backs would have done better for sure in that situation. Like there's no doubt about it.
Derrick Henry would have punched it in.
That's
sure.
Derrick Henry's one of a kind though. You know what I mean? That's different. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying a bigger back is more likely to.
That's
score,
Christian McCaffrey's only weak point is that he's an average goal line back. That's it.
Yeah,
that's I mean, I mean, which is fine. You're okay with that because he's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, very, very slight concern with that because they sold out. They got him. He weighs a lot, man. He's a big. He's the biggest.
200 pounds.
He's a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Let's look this up, Clyde.
200 is not big. Like 200 is not big for a D lineman to tackle.
He's more than 200.
No, he's not. He's only 200.
200 pounds?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yes, he's small. He's 5'10". Like, how big do you think this guy is? Like,
207. So yeah, not. Yeah, he's not that.
So it's a little concerning in the goal line, but I think they need to be more creative and get him out more, like spread him out and get him a screen pass or something. Like, don't just run him up the middle. That's too easy
that
to
was
stop.
the call. That was a good call. I feel like
it was.
It didn't. I mean, it failed. But as far as winning the game, as far as coaching for the game, yeah, I think it was the right call, and we need to see more of that. Yeah, you're right. So my camera. There we go. Damien Williams, 5'11", 222 pounds. So that's
C-Max 5'11" as well. So that size is like ideal, I think. But yeah, I mean, it has the advantages. Like it's hard for them to find him. You can tell they can't find him once he gets past the line and he's in the second level. It's like they can't find him. It's gonna be really hard to tackle that guy.
Well, Andy Reid's a very creative coach in how he uses running back. So hopefully this trend won't continue. I don't have too much concern because it's all about just getting the usage. That's all I care about. That's what my whole training has brought me here to tell you. If you're getting targets and carries within the 10 and within the 5 for running backs, that's all that matters because you'll be able to punch it. The rest is all about blocking and how the defense is playing and whatnot. Basically, Andy Reid knew what he was doing. He's like, let's just run it up the gut. He'll hold on to the ball. He's a tough guy. He did get demolished, but I'm not worried about it too much. I think he'll be fine. And Will Fuller, your featured star of the week, was looking pretty horrible. And
yeah, he did not look good. He didn't have that 50-point game that we, saw in week 5.
That's what you predicted?
No, but I mean, I thought he would at least get like like 2 TDs. You know what I mean? He got one, which is great. But I don't know. Like the first half, I feel like he wasn't really connecting. He got missed on a couple throws, but it is the first game. Like they're gonna build on that chemistry, I feel like, and they're gonna get better, and the timing's gonna get better for the deep throws. And they're knocking the rust out. I don't take too much stock in what happened, but he did salvage the game, and he was a great start this week. At the end of the day,
he's the only receiver they really threw to, basically.
Yeah.
10 targets, 8 receptions, 112 yards. So he did pretty good. Actually, no touchdown. So he
didn't score?
No touchdowns. Deshaun Watson scored the rushing touchdown. One was Akins and one was David Johnson running. So,
nice.
But still, 8 catches, 100 yards. He still got it, but we wanted to see this would have been perfect. And then just one 48-yard touchdown on top of that would have made this.
Let me see. Perfect. I think I predicted 8 catches at least.
8 catches, 112 yards. That's still pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Let me just double check. Okay. I predicted. Oh, never mind. All right. Let's keep going. I predicted 11 receptions. That didn't happen.
He didn't. That's what he just needed. That one more big catch. They didn't even.
Yeah.
They hardly threw it down the field. It's just, you got to take your shot plays, even though they don't work. Just like when they ran Clyde up the gut, the Chiefs did. The Texans should have taken some shots down the field, even if they weren't okay, this isn't gonna work. All right, just overthrow the guy. Something, it probably wouldn't have worked, but I think it should have been better. Let's answer some of your guys' questions. On a good note, David Montgomery. Now there's some reports of him being hurt and not practicing fully and this and that. But one of his teammates, gosh, I don't remember who it was. One of his teammates was like, it's like he never got hurt. Reports are saying he's a full go. This is the latest report. He's a full go and he's going to be ready Sunday.
Wow, that's great news for D-Mont owners.
Yeah, I haven't.
I heard a rumor that the Saints and Bucks game they're waiting on whether they can play or not. Is that
Can
true
you guys chime in with that? The Saints are waiting for an okay to play.
That can't be right. Is that real?
Do you guys know this is football? This isn't badminton. Can we get the biggwant sport in America? Oh, Tariq Cohen said that. Okay, that's who I thought it was. Yeah, Tariq Cohen said it's like he never got hurt. You want to talk about small? You want to talk about small running backs, Mike?
Yeah, I think he's the same size.
Nah, one's a bowling ball, the other's a ninja. That's too different. It's too different.
Yeah. Clyde's good though. I like it.
What do you guys want to talk about? I kind of want to talk about some behind the scenes fantasy couch, what's going on with me and Mike and whatnot. Let me know if you guys want to hear that. If not, we won't. Right now, I'll answer a few fantasy questions we got going. David,
what about we didn't talk about the draft, the couch league draft?
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. We'll see if they want to talk about. Cool. Yeah, I want to talk about that. Miles Sanders or Aaron Jones PPR. Right now I'm starting Aaron Jones because Miles Sanders is going to get eased in. Don't trust him yet. So yeah, go with Aaron Jones.
So I've been doing some research on AJ Dillon. This guy's huge. Like he is a big back.
He's the same.
I thought he was a small back. He's a big.
So right now for the people, I'm bringing up Derrick Henry. So this is what
he's like Derrick Henry.
His player profile is very similar to Derrick Henry's. Derrick Henry 6'3", 247, and they also ran a similar 4.54 40, and then. Yeah,
I think he's gonna find a role in that offense before the year's over.
He is. So he's the third down back right now, and Jamal Williams has improved, but they drafted him for a reason. They're going to use him.
Yeah, second round, he's gonna be used. Yeah.
So yeah, Dillon, same weight, 6 foot even, and 4.53 40. So yeah, they're very similar.
A lot of people don't know about him. I feel like he's not on a lot of people's radars in redraft, but he is a beast. Like the more I research his what he did in college and his intangibles, he's gonna be good in that offense.
But I'm more excited on Joshua Kelly actually, because I was getting AJ Dillon in round 12 during August, and I was getting Joshua Kelly in round 14. He's
undrafted in most.
No one even knew who he was. Yeah, he just started getting the more hype in September. All right, but I was drafting him early on. It took me a while to find this guy because he's really a true sleeper, a sleeper in Dynasty and a sleeper in Redraft. Really, really snuck through the cracks, man. And I was like, dang, I think I found my gem because I don't think Eckler's going to get a ton of carries. And so some of those carries are going to go to Justin Jackson and Joshua Kelly, and I think Joshua Kelly's going to beat out Justin Jackson.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
really quick, if not already, you know.
Ooh,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in it. So we'll see.
What do you like about what's so good about him, in your opinion?
He's just good. He's just a good running back. And Justin Jackson, I don't think is. He's not.
Like, is he better at receiving? Is he like more explosive? Like, what makes him better?
I think he's explosive. I think he's a good runner, and he can catch. But Eckler's the catch. He's gonna be doing the catching. So I think he'll get some carries. I think he's just a really good running back. Maybe he's not as big of a profile because of his size. I'm bringing him up to 5'11", 212. I mean, he looks small to me, but I guess he's not.
That's like the same size as Damien
Same
Williams.
size as everybody. Yeah.
that's like the average size.
Yeah,
right?
exact average size for running back. Maybe even bigger than the average. Yeah, I mean he's great, man. And he's one of the biggest sleepers. Let's answer some questions here. Should I sell Watkins? If you can, yeah. What do you think, Mike?
Sell on Watkins? Yeah, he did this last year.
They're like
for
exact
sure.
same thing. Last year.
Exact same thing. Yeah, this is gonna be his highest value, and then he's become a ghost. Like after
Yeah,
this
I'm
from
scared for Watkins because it's I'm just realizing how many weapons the Chiefs has. They have Darrell Williams, they got Kelsey, they got Demarcus Robinson, they got Mecole Hardman, they got Tyreek Hill. It's insane. They have so
Too
many
many
weapons. Yeah, and they run a little bit of that option RPO where Mahomes can keep it. Like, that's way too many weapons for me.
It's an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah. Chris says, Cohen, Taylor, or Gurley start two. I'm benching Cohen.
Yeah.
So Gurley's the one that you're starting. So you're okay with taking a risk with Taylor over Cohen, right, Mike?
Yeah, I'm starting Taylor. I just think that I mean, obviously he's gonna be the starter. You know,
Max the
eventually.
Starter.
Yeah, I know he's going to be
in a few weeks.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a week or maybe this week after this first game. But you know, he's too talented, and Mac did do well last season. He was solid. You know, he did give RB2 value, but he's just not as explosive. He's not as dynamic
He's not
as
a
Jonathan
league
Taylor.
winner.
Yeah, he's not a league winner. Like Jonathan Taylor was really, really good in college for Wisconsin. One of the nation's best backs last year, you can argue. Like him, Helaire, and DeAndre Swift were probably the top backs. But he's just too talented to not have a featured role in this offense and be the future from here on out. Like, once he proves himself.
I told most people to bench Jonathan Taylor when they had really like good proven weapons, or a decent like wide receiver too in PPR. But in this case, you have Cohen, so it's a pretty easy decision for me. Also, they play the upside. They play the Jaguars. They're expected to have a lead, just like the Chiefs today. We're expected to have a lead. Colts are expected to have a. Now there is some weird. I think there's a couple injuries on the Colts O line. Make sure you check.
Not Quentin Nelson, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I can't. You can't even keep up with this stuff because it just happens like all of a sudden. It's like, oh, he missed practice, and maybe it was better back in the days when we first started playing when we didn't have any news. It was just either the player was out or he was playing, and that was it.
Yeah,
like that we didn't, because when we first started playing, Mike, there was no smartphone wasn't invented.
But if you're a star, if you think about it though, if the guy's a star, like you shouldn't want him to really practice too much because that's just increasing his chances of injury.
Yeah,
like, he's gonna be good,
if
right?
he's good, then
it's like what?
Yeah, he needs to be taking like 2 days off a week compared to everyone else. Yeah.
That's what I would. That's what I would do.
You had this one take. I don't know if I think you just told me, and it was about Nick. Everyone's like, Nick Bosa's gonna get hurt, never gonna play, and you're like, and when you're like, he's not gonna practice ever, you're like, thank God. And I was like, but bro, he needs to practice. You're like, no, I just want him To be
Yeah,
healthy
the
in the
preseason
regular
last
season,
look what happened.
and that's exactly what happened. He looked like he could have been a bust. He looked like he was going to get hurt. He looked like he was going to be rusty, not ready, because he didn't play much in college either. More recently, more later on in his career. Then he's like, all right, I only got a couple snaps at practice this whole offseason, but he came in, and his best was when he first got in, the first few weeks. And so it worked out. But that's a rookie. I mean, we're talking about Quentin Nelson, who's not a rookie, who's one of the best interior offensive linemen in the league. He'll be good. And so,
if you're on the line, like, you definitely don't need to practice because you're just either
except
blocking
you're a
or
rookie.
you're trying
Rookie you probably needs.
I mean, but like all he's trying to do is sack the quarterback, essentially. So
it's not. I mean, you gotta do.
He's not like reading plays or anything.
He's
like,
reading
plays. Trying to get past his guy and then sack the quarterback.
No, I don't. And it's not.
I mean, it's
look,
not
you're pulling. The center calls out plays sometimes and points things out.
No, I'm talking about Bosa in Bosa's case.
Oh yeah, Bosa's case. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about Quentin Nelson.
No,
defensive. Yeah, beat your guy. That's it. Every now and then you'll do a stunt. Like that's like
exactly. Like,
no, there's nothing. Like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, exactly. It's set the edge, beat your guy, sack the quarterback, and every now and then like a change up. Like twice. That's it. Like your job. Yeah, your job is just to do exactly what you did in college. Like do the same thing. I thought you were talking about the O-line. I was like, hey, it's not.
No, that's more complicated.
A little more complicated. Sure. Yeah.
You gotta like find the mic. You gotta like.
And now nowadays it's more complicated with the pulling guards and the outside zone and all this stuff.
Yeah, definitely harder.
What do we got here? Couch Clyde, best rookie running back debut since Saquon.
Yeah, sure.
Kareem Hunt, actually, on the Chiefs. Same exact thing when everyone was hating on me for getting Kareem Hunt round 3. Then I think he broke a rookie record. After fumbling, and then more people making fun of it. Like, Kareem Hunt, look, he just fumbled. Then I think he got like 40 fantasy points. Something crazy. He's like 30 or 40. I mean, Saquon's such a talent, But, yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire was great. I love how he was pounding the rock and got blasted a lot and got up. And that's amazing endurance. I think he's rock solid and sturdy. See, you guys did bring up a lot of worries, and I changed my tune a little bit. Like that's right, but I love Sand's attitude because you got to really try to look at it from both sides. And when we're talking, and I'm getting other people's take, I can see different perspectives. But I love Sand's perspective there, bro. This dude Clyde Edwards-Helaire got killed a few times and wasn't fazed, and what did Andy Reid do? He just went back to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So I love that. That's a huge plus. They didn't be like, all right, get out of there. They're like, just get the ball again. Throw the ball to him again. Get it back out there. And that's a huge sign. Because all we want, guys, is snaps and opportunities. Snaps, touches. That's it. In a good situation. And what's a better situation than the Chiefs? For fantasy. Like, I can't even think of
Ravens, maybe.
Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. They're
like Dobbins. I'm expecting a big Dobbins.
Well, you got Ingram ahead of him, but I love Dobbins in Dynasty.
But they're gonna run the ball.
We're gonna see Dobbins week 1, that's for sure. Just don't know how much. I think they're gonna run it with Ingram a lot. And then later in the season, I think Dobbins will get more and more carries. And
Ingram is over 30, though. We got to keep that in mind. Like, the end of his career is soon. It's coming soon.
Sure.
Whether he likes it or not.
I think they'll ease him in, though, a little bit.
He's an amazing talent, though.
Yeah,
he had a better career at Ohio State than Zeke. Like, that's hard to do. Like, you have to be really good.
So this year, when you talk about rookie running backs, I've made the mistake of drafting every rookie running back before.
Me too.
I drafted Ronald Jones. I drafted Royce Freeman. And I ate a big pile of poo-poo. It tasted disgusting.
These guys are more dynamic. I haven't seen a more dynamic class.
So look, DeAndre Swift, I'm not like he's good, but I'm not including him in this. No, thank you. This is who I'm. Dobbins, Jonathan Taylor, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We have 3 amazing rookies right now. These 3 running backs are going to be highly successful. Now, each one has, I guess, a downside. We saw Clyde Edwards-Helaire today. Not really a big deal, though. And what about this talk, Mike? Oh, he's going to split with Darrell Williams. That lasted for 2 minutes.
Darrell, who?
Yeah, actually, please split with them more so my dude can stay fresh, please.
Yeah. I want CH to be healthy.
Yeah,
I don't know if he can survive a whole season at that size and and being worked that much, but we'll see.
I'm going on the record right now. No sarcasm, no BS. Give Darrell Williams more carries, please. So my guy Clyde Edwards-Helaire can stay healthy. I need this man fresh. I'm making the playoffs, baby. Week 13, week 14. I need my Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's what I need. Fresh Prince. I need the Fresh Prince fresh.
Oh yeah.
I need him fresh.
That's funny.
I need Prince Helaire to be fresh. That's what I need. Please, Andy Reid. I know you watch this podcast. You've told me that plenty of times. We're gonna make those fantasy couch masks.
Yes.
Might as well, right? All right, fantasy couch mask. I'll give you a mask. You know you need it, Andy Reid. You give Darrell Williams a few more carries. Keep my Clyde Edwards-Helaire healthy. I got this man in 3 leagues. Come on.
I got him in 2.
That's great. Well, I'm in more leagues than you, so we have him the exact same amount of shares. I do have him in Dynasty though, and so I got him for life. So that's a bigger splash. But you got him. 2 is good.
I got him in Couch League, which is important.
Yeah, that's a big league. That league is great.
That's what matters. Yeah.
By the way, guys, if you didn't see, I know how popular this guy is. Couch Draft League. We got pizza in here.
Yeah, boy.
That's crazy that we got pizza in there. He loves it.
Does he love it?
Oh, so I
I
emailed him, I was soliciting him about something. I was like, hey, check out this Madden tournament idea I got. He was like, cool story. He's like, I'm actually very familiar with your videos, been watching you. Get me in. He demanded to get in a league. Can you get me in one of your leagues?
I would want to.
I mean, he's a popular dude, so he can make demands like that.
Yes, yeah.
Like,
he has clout.
Yeah, I've learned I can do things like, not anywhere on his level.
Well, you did pull quite the cameo.
Oh yeah, I did. You're right. So not on his level, but I've learned that I can just demand things too from people, and they will always say yes because of the clout that since the 10K. Couch clout, yeah. And so he's like, get me in one of your, because he knows the leagues are dope. He's like, get me in one of your leagues. I'm like, all right, I can put this dude in the subscriber league.
Explain who he is to people who might not know.
I think everyone knows. Who in the chat knows who your boy Pizza is? Who doesn't know? No, I'll still explain it, but I just wanted like a vote.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain
Got
it.
it.
Who knows who your boy Pizza is? So anyway, your boy Pizza is one of the most popular Madden YouTubers. That's really it. And
he has like 1 million. Does he have 1 million subs?
1.66 million.
Really?
Huge.
Sub?
Yeah.
On YouTube? On YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah, he's huge, bro. So I'm saying, like, over half the people that watched our video knew who he was.
He's like the PewDiePie of Madden. That's crazy.
So far, 3 people.
Oh, he's in our league. I'm nervous.
Four people know who he is, and 1 doesn't. So far,
I'm gonna watch this video. I haven't even watched the
Notorious
video.
in the building. He's also a fantasy YouTuber. He knows who Pizza is.
I'm playing him. I'm beating him right now.
Oh, you're matched up against him?
Yeah.
So he was like, you got to get me one of your leagues. I was like, I'm gonna put him in the subscriber league. Like, it's a big money league, $50 auction. He was like,
no.
He liked it. He's like, all right, cool. And then I was like, we're starting to realize that we're not gonna have the draft party in person. And I'm like, well, I mean, if he wants to be in a league.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's go all the way.
Obviously, some of the hype is taken away because we're not in person. So I was thinking, how can we increase the hype? So I started DMing a lot of celebrities and people, some that I probably shouldn't have. Let's just say that. A lot of skeptical people, a lot of sketchy celebrities. None of them responded. Some of them responded. I would have had to go back to Mike. Like, Mike, should we?
Who was the biggest one that you went after? Like, you're just like, I'm going for the top.
Well, the one that I can admit would be Ocho Cinco. And that would be a good one. Why?
Why
Why
did you want
what?
Like, well, why? Why him?
Well, he was in the league. He was
Like the league,
the
like the
show. Yeah,
show?
he was in the first
Oh,
season.
that's
Like he
true.
just
AP was too. Adrian Peterson
Adrian,
was
but
in the league.
I think he was like at their draft. He was at their draft party in Vegas, so it's just
That would be
kind of.
cool.
And he's a
That'd be
character.
cool.
I also reached out to To, who's like kind of like Ocho Cinco. They had a
He's
show
been
together.
Very emotional guy.
He's
Been crying at the
bro.
draft.
We drafted. Remember, we had a small QB run. You started it with Kyler, and then someone
Yeah.
drafted that. He would have went. That's my quarterback.
You know that so I went to grade school with Brent Jones on the Niners daughters, right? So he set up a charity basketball game with our faculty. So like Steve Young was there, Merton Hanks, JJ Stokes, Steve
That
Young.
was a good team.
And then rookie Terrell Owens was there. And I just remember as a kid watching him play basketball, he was dunking on all our teachers. And then at the end, he threw his wristband out, and me and my friends got it, and we still have it. His Nike wristband.
What did JJ Stokes do?
Oh, he said, we tried to ask him for his do-rag. He's like, nah. We're like, yeah, we were pissed.
Yeah.
But he was all right. I see him at he goes to 24-Hour Fitness in Pleasanton. So
You still see JJ Stokes?
yeah, when I lived in Livermore, I used to see him at the gym. It was weird. Yeah. Full circle.
So yeah, we did the couch draft party. Maybe unpopular opinion, but it was my favorite one. Full circle story again, where before we started Fantasy Couch, we did a show called Fantasy Fix. Those videos are available to our Patreon members, and we had a JT O'Sullivan segment, and it was just really funny. And JT O'Sullivan, by the way, is like the original Ryan Fitzpatrick. As far as skill level, you could say he's a poor man's Fitzpatrick, but he's a true journeyman. He was in the CFL, NFL Europe, and on 10 NFL teams.
UC Davis's greatest football player
UC
of
Davis.
all time.
So UC Davis is our rival college that Mike and I went to. We got a thing called the Causeway Classic, two rival colleges. Yeah, Sacramento State. And, he just dominated there. He got drafted in the 6th round. Somehow, UC Davis quarterback got drafted.
That's crazy. That will never happen.
And he it was like one of the darkest times for the Niners. It was before Vernon Davis had his moment and was good. And JT O'Sullivan won a couple games, and he was a bright spot. And he meant a lot to us because we were hardcore Niner fans.
This was after the Jeff Garcia era, correct?
Yeah, right. After Alex Smith and
Okay,
yeah. So Vernon Davis, yeah.
Wait, after Alex Smith or before?
I think Alex Smith was like benched. I think, or it could have been right before they drafted.
It had
No. We drafted Alex Smith. Alex Smith was benched for years.
What?
Yeah. He sucked.
He was the first
Alex Smith sucked for 10 years. Dang near.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, dang near.
You would never bench a number 1 pick for.
Yeah, yes. Alex Smith was a flat out bust, bro. And then he started to get good. Yes. He may have been injured. Yeah. Cause you know what? Cause Alex Smith was drafted. Cause we did Fantasy Fix when
2005. Yeah. Okay.
Alex Smith was on the team.
Wow. Is this true?
I mean, he got drafted the same year as Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is hella old.
Whoa. Okay. So 2008, he was on the Niners.
We're going really deep into a small part of the story, by the way.
No, I know. I just didn't. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, I know. That goes to back to the big point. It was a dark time for the Niners. JT O'Sullivan won a couple games. He was awesome. He brought a lot of joy to us, and we had a funny JT O'Sullivan segment. That was in 2008. And now in 2020, I asked him to come on, say what's up. He didn't want to draft with us because he's really bad at fantasy. He doesn't really know anything. But he's a successful YouTuber now. He's got the QB school where he teaches young quarterbacks RPO plays and just teaches. I learned a lot about football in general, X's and O's, just by watching his channel. And it was really cool. I'm like, JT O'Sullivan, man. He's got like 4,000 subscribers. He's got like 7,000 subscribers. I'm like, that's cool. Now he's got like 77,000. He really found his groove. Yeah, for a super niche, that's incredible.
That is
He's
incredible.
doing great, and he's got a great Patreon and a course, and everyone who watches his channel loves him because it's such a niche. It's like, I'm here to become a better quarterback. I'm here to learn more about football from a QB perspective. If that's what you want, you're going to get a pretty good, quality of that. Like, that's what you're going to get. And so people do love it. And we got him on, and it couldn't ask for a more perfect segment. He made fun of us. And then he made fun of Germ, who was doing that segment back in 2008.
And he came at the perfect timing, too. He came literally, like, right before we were about to start the draft. Like, 30 seconds before the draft.
Insane.
You can't write that up.
We were starting at 3:30 p.m. I was ready to go at 3:28, but I was like, since people are moving, and so I was like, let's just start 3:30 exactly. 30 seconds after, it was 3:20, so 3:29 p.m., 30 seconds. He hopped in, and I was completely shocked. I
still can't believe that happened. Did that happen? Like, that's weird.
Yeah, it happened.
And he's
perfect,
hilarious.
Segment. Yeah,
he like roasted us. He's like, "Are you guys?" I didn't know this was a white wine crew because we all had white wine.
It's like we paid him to do your best bits. Like, this is exactly, we want you to roast us. And if you get a chance, by the way, roast Germ too. Give him an extra roast. He did
check. He checked all of it, and then like obscure CFL story relating to fantasy football. He delivered that as well.
Amazing story that I was just like, man, I think people might hate this story, but I was like, I love it. I was like, this story's, because I was just trying to look at it like from a non-biased. I was like, maybe people will think that story sucks. I was like, that's like the perfect story.
It's the perfect
I love
story.
It so much. That's what I was thinking. Like, after he said it, I was like, wow, I love that story. I was like, that was amazing. I love it. Royal says Germ's afraid of pizza.
Germ is something.
Sure. I don't know. But what's funny? So like, I've dealt with a lot of like popular people and celebrities and stuff, and I already knew like he wouldn't. I already knew he's a cool guy. I knew he wanted to just be treated like one of the guys, and so I didn't tell most of the people in the league that he was, a high-profile dude. And Jeremy really didn't know, because Jeremy was trying to roast him on every pick. But now Jerem's feelings are hurt now because the YouTube comments were not supporting Jeremy. Jeremy's making fun of Pizza's team. Well, Jeremy's every other pick he made was basically just a super 2017 to 2018 type of reach.
It's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Like, he would do one really good pick
and then like
one horrible pick.
What is it?
Dr. Germ and Mr. Hyde and Carlos Hyde.
Dr. Poop and Carlos Hyde for sure. Yeah.
Dr. Germ and Carlos Hyde. That's exactly what he was doing. It was weird. Like, what kind of I don't think he's looking at anything. I honestly think he just like drafts from like his gut, which is bad.
But all the number, I think he doesn't know what ADP means, because every time
he doesn't. There's no chance he does.
He said ADP. That's great ADP. I'm like, what do you like? I know you're not like, I know you don't even have any resource. Like, where are you looking at this? Like, I know ADP for every player off the top of my head, so I know all this, and I'm like, how'd you Gronk ADP?
Fifth round? Like, what are you doing? Jet McKinnon in the 8th? What are you doing? Where are you getting these rankings? Like, he's going off feel. Like, it's weird. But, it's good. One less threat. That's how I look at it.
Germ picked Connor in round 1, but he's still roasting Pizza. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
But that was entertainment, and Germ was highly inappropriate. I apologize on his behalf, but everyone loved it, because I was like, yeah, he's just embarrassing himself.
He's like a character.
Yeah, he's embarrassing himself. He's like a extremely cocky taco from the league.
Yeah,
he's so full of himself, and that's why I couldn't stop laughing. And then once the comments started, it took a while for the comments to start rolling.
The Jeremy Dumb comment is the greatest of all time. I have to say,
yeah,
that was I spit out like I was drinking something,
white wine,
and I spit it out on my phone because it was so funny, and I couldn't stop laughing.
Bro,
it's so stupid, but it's
hilarious. Well, I gotta give him a lot of props, because he's reading the small text on Team 12. Like it's not like we introduced him as Jeremy Dunn. His fantasy team name is Jeremy Dunn 3. I don't know why. Like there's so many Jeremy Dunns.
It's like his AIM name or from like
it's so stupid. Yeah. Jeremy Dunn 3. So the comment was Jeremy Dunn 3, more like Jeremy Dumb 3. And I read that. I was like, that's a good one. I was like, you gotta.
God, that was a bird.
When do you live stream drafters? I don't know, man. I got to see what's up. Yeah, Notorious. Let's go. Let's do that. Let's go head to head. If you want to go high stakes, let's do that. We can post it on, Twitter or YouTube. That'll be cool. Twitch.
You hate
Twitch. No, actually, after I used it, I like it, but it's not for me. The Discord's trying to get me on TikTok, so I'm getting TikTok advice. I don't like it.
Don't do it.
Matthew Berry is trying to get on it. He looks bad.
Well, I'm not as much of a boomer as Matthew Berry.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You don't want to stoop to that level.
But still, it still is a bad look for me.
Don't do it. Nothing good will happen. It's only gonna be
great. It's a path. There's no resistance. There's not too many. It's not a crowded space.
That's true. Like, you will dominate the fantasy space.
I'm thinking, I'm going to do it my way. So, yeah, I do have to be a little more cheesy, a little more young, a little bit more TikTok-ish. But I think...
Don't do any dances and we'll be good.
I ain't doing that. But I think I can do it my way. And you know what? I'd say there's a 50-50 shot it's going to fail. And I'm cool. See, that's the thing. Is like, I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. There's nothing to lose. I got like 28 followers on there. There's nothing to lose. I can hop on TikTok.
Show some Monte vids. Let's get that going. Let's get some animals in there.
Yeah, that's what they said. Put your dog. If you can sneak your dogs in there, do it. I did, and it got a lot of views. I did.
That's what I'm saying.
I showed my little dog as the Scottie Pippen contract, and my big dog as the Michael Jordan contract, and people loved it. And it was dumb, and it was so silly.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta cater to that, childlike audience.
Corey says F TikTok. He's like,
very aggressive, Corey.
We have a question. We have a fantasy football question.
First one of the year
coming in. First fantasy football question I've gotten my whole career actually. Whoa. I've never gotten one. It's from Aaron. All right, let me open the mailbag. Aaron L asks. I'm going old. This is back when Germ was winning mailbag, physical mail.
First time caller, long time listener.
I'm on a landline. Pick one this week: Galladay, Woods, Cooper, Keenan Allen. Now, what's cool is there's 2 Coopers, and so
Amari. We're gonna.
Yeah, let's go with him. He's got Woods, too.
But who's the other Cooper?
Cooper Kupp and Amari Cooper. Oh. Going around the same ADP.
No one says
Should we bring in our ADP specialist, Germ?
Our ADP. Stop.
Germ Edwards, ADP specialist. I love it.
ADP specialist. That is.
Dang, as the
ADP expert.
As the commish, I think I can change his nickname, but I won't because he's gonna get I don't want to hurt his feelings too much. Yeah.
Oh God, he's fine.
ADP.
He's a grown
Bro,
man.
if I do that, he might take it like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. He's like, I am.
I am.
Is that good?
I am.
I told you so. I told you,
I was gonna go back to your guys' hometown text and be like, "Kosh just called me ADP."
Yeah. Something.
And our on-site ADP specialist, Germ Dunn. Germ Dunn the third. Don't know what that stands for. But where's Rob Gronkowski going as of September 10th? Germ, if you can hear me.
4th round. Early 4th.
Well, Brain, he's going in round 4, but I was able to get him in round 5 in all my leagues. There's no other good tight end left after Gronkowski.
No one sniped me. I don't know how. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The value.
Sometimes I get an early 6th round. And that's what I celebrate with some white wine.
Do you think he's gonna be good though? Like, he must know something we don't. Like, is
No,
Gronk,
I told him. No, yeah, he
good?
does have. He has a lot. He's a huge question mark. Drew Lock is too. You know, he's not as fantasy relevant, but I mean, there are players that are just straight up question marks, and Gronk is one of them. There's no Bruce Arians tight end has balled out, but now he's got Brady, and he's got to listen to Brady, so he's gonna be used. He's gonna be in there. Gronk also a great blocker though, and so is OJ Howard. And we saw Bruce Arians just use him as like this slow fullback. He's like, "You're playing slow fullback role." He's like, "What?" And that's how he used OJ Howard. He did nothing.
They gotta change it up, but they are playing 2 tight end sets, right? With both of them.
I think they're gonna switch it up because you got Scotty Miller. I think they'll do 3 wide receiver sets.
Well, Cameron Brate,
and they'll do
Cameron Brate.
and yeah, he's got to be in the mix because he's
They have 4 tight ends. Is that
three
serious?
tight ends.
Okay,
I don't know the 4th one, but they got 3 legit tight ends.
Yeah, it's weird. They need to trade one.
I like that Gronk the free safety. Yeah, I mean I like talking about what I like talking about. Obviously, you guys have fantasy questions, and I do appreciate people not spamming the same question a million times. Like I love answering questions, but it does get weird, like just answering questions like one by one. Yeah, we like talking about Germ. We like talking about JT OSullivan, and it's quite the draft party. Like, it was good. Everybody loved it. And that's what we left talking about. Royal said, can we just talk about Germ the whole episode?
Yeah.
So,
Keep going.
I mean, that's what we do usually. Once fantasy season starts, and then me and Mike don't start this. Germ starts it. He goes, Odell Beckham. He's like, he's the best. He was the best 3 years ago.
Should we talk about that scandal or no? We'll leave that.
Yeah, go
We'll
check.
leave
Yeah,
that.
we'll leave that.
That could get messy.
What's funny is I'm always talking about poop every episode, and everyone's always grossed out about it. And I'm like, well, guys, there's another. I talk about like the Bucks backfield, the Jaguars backfield. I'm like, it's a nasty, steamy poop. It's a stinky
now you
poop.
got a real
Now
segue.
it's like, hey, you guys want to hear something nasty? This is
that
nasty.
true? That can't be true.
I think I'd say 51% it is.
Really though? Like,
Yeah,
what?
I'd say that.
Can't... Well, he never denied it publicly.
No, he never did. He
then-
actually like embraced it. I could you could
No.
say. Yeah, he's been posting a lot of funny stuff on Instagram about it. He's like, no matter what S people throw your way, I'm still gonna shine or something. He's been playing off that.
Man. If that's true, I don't know, man.
Look, those girls are not to be trusted.
Yeah,
Like that's for sure.
yeah.
They're tattletales. So now that everyone like officially hates him, Mike, they're reforming their strategy. So now when they tell their thought tales, I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be, not bad. I'm trying
That's
to be
what
PG-13.
the name of the show is.
Oh, is it?
It's called Thoughts Next Door.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can call them thoughts. Okay.
Yeah. That's literally the
Okay,
name of the
so
show.
when they tell their thought tales from now on,
yeah,
they're going to not name names. So they'll say an NFL player or a
but
current
then no one's
NFL
gonna
player.
watch. That's why people watch it, because they want to see who it is.
I don't quite. I mean, yes, it doesn't have that quite pizzazz, but pretty soon they can't.
They can't keep exposing.
I'm against that for sure. Like, tell your stories. I've heard plenty of these stories, and I'm thinking about telling some of my stories to Patreon members only.
Ooh.
They're not that good, but I do have some secret stories. And I figured to tell them on Patreon.
Oh, I got some stories.
A lot of these
What great storyteller.
celebrities are expired. I like how I'm like, these thoughts, they're just so outrageous. And I'm like, hey, for my Patreon.
My OnlyFans.
Yeah, but I ain't got no stories that juicy at all. Like, it's not even it's not even that bad, like, at all. Nothing that stinky. Yeah. Nothing that bad. No, not at all.
Wow.
So yeah, we're talking about Patreon. I did want to address the Patreon really quick. So You know, it was just beautiful, man. Me and you have been so busy. We've gotten a lot of opportunities to do other things, and it was a beautiful thing that we're able to get the draft party launched. We didn't even have it full. We got your boy Pizza in there, one of the biggest Madden YouTubers. We got JT OSullivan to make a cameo, a true fantasy couch legend. And it was great. We pulled it off. We also pulled off the 96 team Patreon tournament. We'll be launching it next year. I assume, because we're not going to be any more busier than we are this year.
This is the busiest year of my life.
Yeah, it's been
so
insane, and we still pull that off. It's 8 leagues it's 8 leagues, so 8 12-team leagues. We pulled it off. I mean, we're playing right now, and I said, look, you can sign up for Patreon and then cancel it right away, and only 30 people canceled. Today, someone even doubled their pledge.
What?
So I thought, so guys, if you want to sign up, this is what I'm doing this year. I didn't answer the phone call to any sponsors this year.
Wow.
So Drafters may be the only sponsor. I haven't even talked to them in a while. But Drafters is looking like, I'd say Drafters is probably going to be a sponsor this year. Because we have the fun drafts. It's a cool spot to play. I make a lot of money on there. I love their rank 'em. I don't know if they're doing that. I'm doing their best ball. So other than Drafters, I'm probably not going to have any sponsors.
Good.
So I was like, now I think I'm going to do a weekly Patreon content. So I'm going to try to do a live stream every week for Patreon. If I can't, I'll at least try to upload a Patreon only video, whether it's behind the scenes, whether it's exclusive or an extended video. I still got to do the Joe Mixon video. But just a few days ago, I did our first Patreon live stream. It was very good. Manscaped? No, I'm definitely not doing that. Now they got a page. I'm not doing Manscaped.
I'm still doing caricatures too. If you want to throw that out, as
bro,
like
that thing that failed. So stop that, okay? That was great. I appreciate you trying. We have a new marketing plan now for Patreon that works. All right.
All right.
So with you, that worked. We got about 1.4 people to sign up for a caricature.
That's cool.
Then they canceled immediately. This is the new marketing strategy. So no more caricatures. All right. So sorry, it's not working. It turns out that fantasy football Patreon members don't want to dish out money to get a caricature.
Huh. That's weird.
But hey, if you hit up Mike on Facebook or something and demand a caricature, I bet he'll draw one for you and your Patreon. So
I will
post it in the Discord or in the Patreon channel, something, whatever. I don't want to talk about this anymore. So for Patreon, once a week, I'm gonna be doing a live stream, or I can do some kind of content. And man, you guys have been great. I really didn't think that many people would keep their Patreon. So right now you can sign up for tier 1. It's only $3.69 per month. It's super cheap. And Royal will tell you the last live stream was good. If you missed out, the replay is there for Patreon only. But I promise, if we get a lot more people sign up, I'll do that whole live stream over again. It revealed how I pick kickers and defenses, because no one talks about that crap. How do I pick good kickers? How do I put? And you guys saw today what happened with what I told you about my kicker prediction.
Who was it?
Well, Harrison Butker is obvious, but the reason why he did good, I pointed out and I told them before the game. And so, it's not a coincidence that these trends always continue for these good kickers. And I'm like, this is how you find good kickers. And we found the Bills. He's an unknown. He's a rookie, but the Bills this week, the Steelers kicker this week, couple Eagles kicker, a couple kickers like that, they could be good. And so defenses as well. And I went through every position. Quarterback is actually in a 1 QB league. That's just straightforward, But I went through running back, wide receiver, tight end, answered questions, and there's only about 10 people live. Injury. Thank you. And Chris is tuned in, moderator Chris right here. He supplies the news for me. So everyone drop a couch emoji that's live right now on the chat. Drop a couch emoji for Chris. He does those news updates that everyone loves, and they're super valuable. He's a couch captain.
Chris, you're the real MVP.
Yeah, he's great for that. So yeah, Patreon link is in the description. I'll be doing a live stream once a week on Patreon for you guys. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll do a chilled hack my lineup. Maybe I'll do Q&A. Maybe I'll reveal some stuff, answer some questions. Maybe I'll tell some stories. I don't know, but once a week I'm thinking we'll do the Patreon live stream. And I mean, I don't really need a sponsor because of Patreon now. It's awesome. Like I wasn't planning. I thought everyone was gonna quit, so I wasn't even planning on this. But I'm like, well, now I think I'm gonna actually do some content for them. Like they really deserve it. Yeah.
I wanna do some too. I wanna reward the guys that are and girls that are supporting us through Patreon. That's awesome.
You're welcome to hop on Patreon. Whether you hop on to do a giveaway or we do an extra podcast on there.
I'm the giveaway king.
Anything, bro. Yeah. So yeah,
that
the people love you. So yeah, we can just hop on just like this, but for Patreon only. And yeah, we'll probably I think we'll change it up. I think we'll do a hack my lineup. I think we'll do a Q&A. I think I'll do a lot solo. I think I'll bring Mike on a couple times.
I've been known to give away some copies of Madden in my day.
Maybe a T-shirt. Some cheaper. We can do more of those, but we could do more. That means more prizes for Patreon people. See. Yeah, I love it.
Love it.
Any questions before we leave? We're about to end it. DCAS says the last live stream was great. Thank you so much. I think he's talking about the Patreon live stream because he is a Patreon member. So the Patreon stream was great. Thanks for that. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm promising you right now, if we get 5 new Patreons, 10 new Patreons, I'll do that whole live stream over again. So and I'll do it better if we get more Patreons. So I'll give away all my secrets. Yeah, it was great. And to be honest, I wasn't that prepared for it. I knew like what I wanted to talk about, but I forgot some things. So some details. I'm honest. I wanted to do it I had no idea what I was doing. So I wanted to do it to test it out. I wanted to reward them, but I've never done a Patreon only live. I didn't know.
You had no game plan.
I didn't even know how it works. I was like, I know I'm going to talk about these things, and we're live, and that was it. So I did forget some minor details. And some tricks.
How long was it?
45 minutes.
Oh, solid. That's a good amount of time.
And with only patrons in there, I'm able to answer every single question.
Yeah, that's the way.
No doubt. Yeah, it's only gonna be 15 people in there, guys. So it's basically a direct call, and then there's no trolls, which is great.
Yes. Good.
Jason's in the building. I've watched you for 5+ years, so I knew the Patreon would be great, and so far it's delivered. Oh, thank you, man. I mean, when I read stuff like that, it's so surreal. Like I don't even know what to say, just other than thank you.
5+ years? Have we been doing this that long?
Yeah. That's just when we started to start getting not crappy. We've been good for 3.5 years.
It takes a long time to get good. That's what I realized.
It took us longer. It's okay.
Yeah.
I just have that type of. I'm very stubborn in that way. I'm very competitive, and I didn't give up. And when I'm always gonna find a way to be good at something if I put my mind to it. And like guys like Notorious. I don't know when you started. Notorious, he got it in a year. It takes most people a year or two.
JT O'Sullivan got it pretty fast.
Took him about a year or two. Yeah,
he's a prodigy.
He didn't really know what he was doing the first year.
That's crazy.
Which is fine. It's that's how YouTube is. But it took after 2-3 years, JT O'Sullivan got it. He understood his audience. He understood how to YouTube, and he increased his quality. And then he got comfortable. Now he's like really loose. You saw how great he was on camera. It was amazing.
He could be a comedian.
Yeah, he's a great presence. He's a great character. And,
he's a good guy. You can tell he's like a good guy,
definitely.
that you want to like have as your friend or something.
Oh, Germ definitely does.
So yeah, you didn't tell him how he said like we asked him which quarterback would
he
you
avoided
go with? Lamar. Yeah, he wasn't sure because I don't know why, but ultimately he went with Mahomes, and coincidentally or not, Germ drafted Mahomes in the second round. the top of the second.
Well, you can say he had the turn. He was at the turn, so you could basically say Mahomes was
influenced for sure.
Mahomes was his first pick.
Influenced.
Yeah. So guys, if you didn't watch that video, definitely watch it. Couch draft party. Got a couple celebrities. Val, definitely a valid question here. Any worries about Watson? Yeah, that pass game's not looking good, but
Deshaun?
Yeah.
No, he's fine. It was one game against the Chiefs. Like, wait till he plays a worse team. He's gonna ball out on them.
He's got 2 bad matchups coming up here. I think
Which one?
Steelers.
Never mind.
And Ravens. No, I'm just.
Oh, never mind. Okay, but after the first 3, he'll be fine.
I'm not saying he sucks, and the Chiefs D was good. I'm just saying this DeAndre Hopkins trade negatively affects Deshaun Watson. Now we're really gonna see.
But their running game is better. Do you not agree?
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
David Johnson's a great cat. David Johnson
yeah.
is essentially Carlos Hyde and Duke Johnson in one.
Yes, correct.
Plus,
so the running game's more dynamic. So their receiving game took a hit, but their running game was vastly improved, in my opinion. But
for sure.
Remains to be seen.
Both teams pretty good run blocking too, and not so much pass blocking.
Yeah, I think they should use him more, actually. Like, they had a lot of success when they were going to David Johnson.
And they didn't use him as a receiver that much. Like, he's a really good receiver. I mean, he played wide receiver. They need to get
more creative, basically. They need to get more creative.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that was my take in our league. I said, look, they need to be more ballsy. They need to be more creative. Take some shots down the field. Like, look, I'm not offensive. I can't tell you how to do it. I just know that it's stale. Like, try a few things. Maybe Brandon Cooks needs to get healthy because they need something. They need a legit number.
They need to make a trade for a wide receiver. I'm gonna say they need to make a trade for another wide receiver who's good.
So they need to go back in time and
yeah, they need to go back in time.
And Bill O'Brien needs to kiss and make up with Hopkins and not be a jerk and an idiot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was. I think it was time for him to move on. He wasn't happy clearly. And he has a much, I think he's in a better situation, obviously. So, it is what it is. They got to move on. But you don't have to necessarily get a DeAndre Hopkins, but you do need an upgrade at wide receiver. If Brandon Cooks is your top receiver, you're not going to go far in the playoffs. I'll just say
Will
that.
Fuller's the top receiver, so.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't Brandon Cooks
supposed to
number
be?
wide? Yeah, like on paper, whatever.
If he gets a concussion, he's retiring. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, so they need someone. They need another weapon out there.
Worried about Clyde's goal line? Talked about that. I'm not. Others are, but I'm not so much because he's getting. If you're getting the opportunities within the 10, within the 5, I'm not worried about it because that's all. I mean, that in an Andy Reid offense, you'll be okay because they're not gonna. It's not gonna be every game that all the defenses are expecting. Clyde up the gut. So it's gonna be different. It's gonna be very different. It's not every game's not gonna be like this. One last one. Sorry, I keep asking. Woods, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Galladay, PP. We never answered this.
We didn't answer that. How did we go on a tangent?
This is weird. Well, you know what? Subconsciously, probably didn't want to answer it. And he also just said Cooper.
Oh, okay. I'm going to assume he means Amari Cooper.
Yeah, no. He said Amari Cooper now.
Okay. So what's the question again?
I'm going to probably just say Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I like Keenan Allen.
This game, just go with the proven vet.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. All these other guys are hurt. And then Robert Woods, I love, but he's a guy I'm telling to bench people week 1 just because you probably have more proven options.
Yeah.
Someone's going to go off on the Rams. I don't know who the hell it is, though. I think it's Higbee. Yeah. Maybe Cooper Kupp. I don't know about Bobby Woods.
Cooper Kupp started off real hot.
Two of them do well, and the other won't. That's what. And I don't know about the.
But Everett is still playing. Like he's not.
And he'll be
off the team.
They'll run 2 tight end sets as well.
Yeah. Who knows?
I'm guessing because to me that's a guess. That's all I'm saying. I think 2 out of 3 of those guys will go off, or 2 out of 4, whatever you want to look at it. I don't know which 2 though, and so that's what I have Robert Woods ranked ahead of Cooper Kupp.
I think the week 1 it's gonna be Cooper Kupp. That's what I
would assume. I mean that's just I'm not a big Rams believer, but they'll be okay week 1 anyway.
I had him last year.
I'm going Keenan Allen. for you. Just make it work. Go with the proven guy. And I think you need a trade, bro. I think you have a ton of wide receiver 2s.
Yeah.
Go get a wide receiver 1 in your life. Bill O'Brien could use one. And we're going to end it on that. Germ, this episode's dedicated to you. I love talking trash about Germ. So I know he doesn't listen to any fantasy advice. So sure as hell not listening to this podcast. In my NFL bye weeks rant, I talked trash about Germ's team. I was like, I know you ain't watching this, bro. I know how the way you talk about ADP, I see it in your eyes. You don't listen to any fantasy content ever.
He hasn't watched our show since fantasy.
He has not.
That's a fact.
Okay. One terrible story, and then we'll end it on that. Germ was at our draft last year. He talked about how good his team is for about 4 hours. We're all tired. I mean, literally, he's talked about his team he defended his team to me and Mike's face for 4 hours. He didn't even have one good draft pick.
He had Niners D.
I'm like, bro, watch this video. And he's like, where do I watch it? I was like, on YouTube. He's like, where do I go? I was like, open the YouTube app. He's like, wait, hold on. He finds the YouTube app, opens it. Embarrassingly, it shows his history. The latest video he watched was on some Hawaii news broadcast where people were drunk and he was in the background. And the second to last video he watched was 2008. Fantasy Fix showed that he was in. I was like, bro, that is the saddest watch history. And then he tries to, of course, be like, I don't even watch this. I'm like, bro, you watched the Hawaii news segment that happened a month ago. So obviously you've opened this app. But before that, it was Fantasy Fix was the second to last video.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's a true. You don't remember that.
I do remember that.
It's so crazy that, and he tried to be like, I don't open the app and I don't know. And then he gave us advice on our YouTube career, which was funny.
All right, we should stop on that.
We'll end on that. Guys, check out the Patreon. Only $3.69 for tier 1. I'm going to be doing weekly content on there, weekly live streams. It's going to be amazing. Subscribe to both our YouTube channels. Check out the Patreon. Really helps us out. Like this video if you're on YouTube. Also, this will be on the audio podcast, Apple, Spotify, all the major podcast places.